The time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up of the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Wait. Okay. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosera Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Yes, and welcome to Free Up Friday edition of Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, feel free to correct us. You know, we keep telling you all that. I know it's been a minute. I know you can't imagine. You probably could imagine, considering all that's going on right now. Chaos and madness. So if you're now joining us, we got a few things to discuss tonight. I'm going to make sure y'all be aware of, if nothing else, one major event that we need to pay attention to. And this right here, crucial. So go tell a friend and tell a friend. Yeah, Emmanuel is on. In fact, yeah, go tell a friend. Yeah, Emmanuel is on. Yeah, go tell a friend and tell a friend. We got stuff to discuss tonight. And believe you me, I don't know what to say, man. I've had it up to here with what I'm seeing. And I mean, hold on. Let me just adjust the volume here. I'm trying to find my own live. So you know that's go. I got to click here. Got to click here. And it should be right about here you go. All right. There you go. Now we cooking with gas. Yeah, family. A lot of things happening, man. So I'm gonna give it to you straight. Go tell a friend and tell a friend. What's on your mind too, by the way, is that kind of night. Daffodil, I see you. I want to put the number up on the screen so you can tell a friend and tell a friend. Give us a call tonight, 246-838-8253. It's been a long time. A lot of stuff. I mean, all kind of news about the government. I mean, the reality is all of them do the same thing. The people complain. But I'm noticing something a little different about this government that may kind of backfire a little bit. It might backfire a little bit because I don't know, man. They can't trick the Rasta man here at all. I just been noticing certain things. There's a lot of push coming from different directions. A lot of information being put out by different sources on different things. But what I'm noticing is that this administration is kind of doing some damage control. And the truth and the fact is, you know how Barbadians are. They like to see stuff like that. Well, look, they're trying to fix the problem when they make noise, and look, see, they're trying to fix it. They can't be that bad after all, right? Woo-wee. Organized chaos. Anyhow, for those observing today, Shabbat Shalom to you who observe today as a sacred Sabbath day. You know, Assalamu alaikum to the brothers and sisters. Peace Islam to the Moors. Ashe Hotep to the conscious community. Y'all done already know. Namaste, the brothers and sisters out there in the East and all across the globe. Rastafari to the brethren and sisters and to everyone else. It is pure love and pure light. Full stop. It's love and light, man. Love and light. So we're gonna get into it tonight, man. Like on a different level again. Like, you know, you notice that I don't really be doing the governmental thing, not like before, maybe in between. Tonight is one of them nights, so I got to touch on a few things because our prime servant, as we speak, is somewhere up in the north in the General Assembly, the UN, having a conversation with some other, the comrades. And I want to touch on something from Guyana, though. So all my Guyanese family, all my Guyanese people, oh gosh, bye. Listen, go tell a friend to tell a friend. Yo, the Prime Minister of Guyana, I want to play his video, though. I want to touch on it. I don't want to just speak on it. I want to touch on it. I want to touch on two things this man claimed, right? And you need to see this, family. Wayne, I see you, Wayne. I see you, Wayne. Peace to the Moors, too. You gotta. I'm going to touch on this, family. And I need y'all to pay attention to this on a serious level. Because, like I said, there is such a thing as organized chaos. organized chaos. I'm just noticing trends, man. Something don't seem right lately. There's a lot of different things being brought up, a lot of things being said about the administration under the leadership of the Mia Amora Motley crew. And yet there's a lot of damage control going on too. So in a sense, are we making the BLP look good? Oh no, just food for thought. Just food for thought. But anyhow, on another note, like I said, I want to touch on the video real quick, but let me see if I can. What time is it? Yeah, I want to touch on some stuff. Let me give a few more minutes before I play this clip because I want folks to see this. So, Jackie, I see you, family. I see you. Greetings to you too. I see Guided Sunflower as well. Now, look, man, family. All I'm gonna say is right. It has become apparent that we have been lied to. I think Martin Luther King said it best. He said, I must confess that I was a bit naive when I got into this thing. And I'm paraphrasing. And he said, I must confess, I might have been naive about certain things. So he had a big sermon and big speeches. And he said he realized that the struggle he was hoping to get his people over and help them to overcome, we shall overcome, was a bit more dubious than he had thought, and it would take a lot longer than he expected. But he realized that while he was pushing, there were some amongst him working against him. Well, his fate would have told us that. Nevertheless, he recognized that everything is not what it appears to be. Period. I'm gonna drop this tune real quick. We got to drop a tune. Drop a tune real quick, man. Real quick.
Before the bottle brings us a food, we have to just take a time to pray, because I'm a true testing.
Quick tune, man. Quick tune.
So just let's hold hands, and pray because it can be here with all the job, Heavenly Father, as I come before you, side, I wanted to thank you for everything.
Man, a prayer. These days, family, all you probably can do is prayer. And make sure that your prayer is back with some work. Faithful work.
Fight and fight again.
Fight and fight again.
You lose, better find the strength. And don't give up on your life, my friend. Don't pay attention to the backbite of them. Fight and fight again.
Fight and fight again.
When you lose, better find the strength. Shine.
Find the strength, family. Positive vibes right through, man.
They don't know you're stronger.
They don't know.
No one knows. They don't know your pain.
I see you, Beverly. We'll tell a friend, Beverly. Let the tune there, Beverly.
They don't know you're stronger.
Put the tune there, man.
They don't know your pain. Only Jah alone. Hard work brings success, so that fly. If you quit, you are gonna lose, so I don't stop trying. Anybody tell you otherwise, that's a lie. Never give up on the journey, stay alive. Get to the point from the beginning. We're mindful of this world that we're living in. Oh, we never quit, me know you know that. Keep going, don't stop. Fight and fight again. When you quit or when you lose, you better find the strength. Don't give up on your life, my friend. Don't pay attention to the backbite of them. Fight and fight again. When you quit or when you lose, you better find the strength. Shine brighter than the light again. I would have a cry fighter win cause they are the strongest soldier. And if me never
come and learn no time, I get pushed over. Greetings. Tell a friend, family.
The journey long, little steep, but I will get over. Yeah, I'm gonna fight cause my life depends on this. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna rise cause I won't quit. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Fight and fight again. When you quit or when you lose, you better find the strength. Don't give up on your life, my friend. Don't pay attention to the backbite of them. Fight and fight again. When you quit or when you lose, you better find the strength. Shine brighter than the light again.
Yes, fight and fight again, family. Fight and fight again. Never giving up, family.
If an a king can shoot this not shoot good, brother.
Yeah, video style. Listen, man, let me just go and jump right into this video real quick right here. This brother was talking earlier, and I felt the need to share this, man. Maybe I should go home. Maybe I should start at home and then go out and come back home. What y'all think? Nah, I'm gonna start with Guyana, man. Guyanese, listen, don't make Guyanese in the building, man. Shout out the Guyanese in the building. This right here, I gotta play this, man. I gotta play this. I gotta play this video. This clip right here is the address of the president. Irfan Ali, yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? The brother from Guyana, man. You're from yonder, from down yonder. Yeah. I got to touch this, family, because it's important that y'all recognize what's going on and what's happening. I mean, it's critical like that. It's that kind of time. And some folks going to get it. Some folks ain't going to get it. But I'm going to say this real quick. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. If you know somebody who's interested in what's going on in Barbados, what's going on in the region, if you have a friend from Guyana, if you have family from Guyana, if you know a cousin that know a cousin that know a cousin from Guyana, send them this link. I got to drop this video. You got to hear what this brother just said. And he would have made this speech a couple of days ago. This is in the, well, you said the 70th session of the UN General Assembly. And yeah, this is critical. Want to listen to this thing here, critical here. This like, yo. Anyhow, let me play this real quick. Pay attention to what this brother's about to say, family, because this is important. I mean, this is major. Look, let me show you something. Before they do anything, they always tell you what they're about to do. This will have regional impact like none other. This is not even, you know, like you watch them movies and you know they got like when they got a nuclear bomb coming, whatever. They got this thing called a nuclear warning that all the TVs are shut off. You hear some sort of sound, and you know they come on. This is not a drill. They come and well, this is like that, bro. Family, this is like that. This is not a drill, family. It's not a drill. This is not a drill. This right here, yeah. Let me play this, man. I want y'all to pay attention. Let me see if y'all can pick up on this. Check my volume status on this.
I also reaffirm Guyana's long-standing solidarity with the Palestinian people and support for their dignified existence in their homeland in accordance with the two-state solution. As member states of the United Nations, let us do more to move past rhetoric so that the peace process can progress.
Okay, so he speaks on solidarity with the Palestinian people, seeking a two-state peace resolution. Listen to this very carefully. He sides with Palestinians in seeking a two-state peaceful resolution, of course, with Israel. Well, the state of Israel, let me call it for what it is. The state of Israel, who invaded Palestinian land in 47, 48, and basically created a state of Israel in their own land and took land ever since then, making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger from what it was to what it is. You can go Google it and see the difference. He's asking those who took the land from the peaceful people that were there before. He's asking the peaceful people to find a resolution with the invaders who took the land to come with a resolution. He supports the Palestinians in seeking that peaceful resolution. Listen what he goes on to say next. This is going to be very interesting. I don't know if he wrote this speech himself or somebody gave it to him to read, but I'm not even saying. Let me just play this, man. Listen, let's listen to it.
Mr. President, when I addressed the OAS last Friday, I recalled to that hemispheric body how Guyana was excluded from the OAS for 25 years from its birth as a nation on account of a spurious territorial claim to 2/3 of our homeland by Venezuela. But justice prevailed, and Guyana was ultimately admitted. It is sad, however, that 57 years after Guyana's independence, we remain threatened. Venezuela's efforts to undermine our freedom, sovereignty, and territorial integrity are today before the International Court of Justice, as decided by the UN Secretary General under the Geneva Agreement of 1966. The ICJ's jurisdiction in the matter has been twice affirmed by the court. We are confident that Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity will also be affirmed when the court issues its final judgment. I regret to inform you that Venezuela's threats continue. Just last night, Guyana received a very threatening message from Venezuela. It came in the form of a communique attacking Guyana for putting certain oil blocks in our sovereign waters of forbid. Guyana considers this a threat to regional and international peace and security, as well as to Guyana's investment partners. We demand that Venezuela honors its obligation under the Charter to pursue only peaceful means to settle any disputes it may have with Guyana, including adjudication before the International Court of Justice. Allowing the court to decide would ensure a resolution that is peaceful, equitable, and in accordance with international law. Guyana will spare no effort in defending its sovereign and territorial integrity. I express appreciation to every member of the international community that has continued to support Guyana's effort to preserve its sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Wait, hold up. Yo, hold up a minute. Is it me? It's me, right? It would gotta be me. It would got to be me. Y'all just heard what this man just said? And what, look, man. Let me see what the chat here is saying, man. Let me see what the chat here is saying. We ain't laugh at it. Threatened by Venezuela, but want peace in the Middle East. Yeah, it sounds funny, right? It sounds funny to when he said, we not going to stop to preserve our sovereignty. He letting you know, by any means necessary. Wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here, man. I hope my brother watching Kadaki. I hope my brother from shout out to all my Guyanese family, man. Shout out to Junior. Shout out to Joel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sisterin. You know, yeah. Shout out to the people, man, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This one here got me. Only my sister gonna call in tonight. Where Rhonda at? I wonder if Rhonda watching. Shout out to my Guyanese family, man. Listen, man. He didn't just declare war if Venezuela. Nah, I probably heard that wrong. I mean, let me play that forward a bit there. Let me go back here a bit. Let me pull that forward a bit there. Let me look. I'm Venezuela watching with some serious like, wait, you talking to me? Oye, ¿qué pasó? Okay, let me go back here a little bit, man, because I know I ain't hear that. Let me just go ahead and pull it right here.
Confident that Guyana's sovereignty and territorial integrity will also be affirmed when the court issues its final judgment. I regret to inform you that Venezuela's threats continue. Just last night, Guyana received a very threatening message from Venezuela. It came in the form of a communique attacking Guyana for putting certain oil blocks in our sovereign waters of forbid. Guyana considers this a threat to regional and international peace and security, as well as to Guyana's investment partners.
Hold on. As well as Guyana invest. Hold on, let me play that part again, man. Let me just break this down for my Caribbean people, right? Listen to this again, family.
Attacking Guyana for putting certain oil blocks in our sovereign waters of forbid. Guyana considers this a threat to regional and international peace and security, as well as to Guyana's investment partners.
A threat to regional and international and investment partners. Does this has anything to do with, let's say, oil? Just a question. Is this about oil? Because when last I checked, them countries in the Middle East, when they go fighting for oil, yo, it be getting dread. Guyana has one of the largest oil deposits on this side. Venezuela got a large one as well. However, there's sanctions and embargoes that makes it almost illegal to purchase oil from, well, Venezuela. I think they kind of changed that recently. But the funny thing is, the Caribbean people who Venezuela said they're willing to sell the oil cheaper to us as neighboring countries, we're not allowed to buy that. We can't even touch it. But the larger companies and bigger countries could directly access Venezuela oil. But here comes Guyana, new kid on the block with investors who want that oil. And we already went through this on this program, the investors, who they are, how much they're making in comparison and what the Guyanese government claim that they're going to make, let alone what the people are going to receive, trickle down, trickle down economics go. But it seemed to be a rift now over who drilling where. Look, family, just for the record, did y'all know, right, that the Food Security Initiative for the Caribbean is being spearheaded out of, guess where? Guyana. So let me see. The food security for the region is coming out of Guyana, headquarters in Guyana, being managed by Guyana. I know there's almost seeming like a feud on the border between Venezuela and Guyana, allegedly over oil. Well, sorry, over land that happened to be sitting on top of oil. You can't make this up, family. This man was just clear on what he said.
We demand that Venezuela honors its obligation under the Charter to pursue only peaceful means to settle any disputes it may have with Guyana, including adjudication before the International Court of Justice. Allowing the court to decide would ensure a resolution that is peaceful, equitable, and in accordance with international law. Guyana will spare no effort in defending its sovereign and territorial integrity. I express appreciation to every member of the international community. Guyana that is peaceful,
listen to this here, and listen to his expression.
International law. Guyana will spare no effort in defending its sovereign and territorial integrity.
Guyana will spare no effort. Guyana will spare no effort. No, do me a favor, somebody, real quick. Give me the population of Guyana and juxtapose it to the population of Venezuela. Just do that real quick for me. Somebody Google search that real quick and give me that juxtapose. I suspect that America is using Guyana to instigate war with Venezuela. I suspect that America is using Guyana and Venezuela to instigate war between Venezuela and Guyana. Quite frankly. Because don't forget, they got a president on the ground in Venezuela too. I am just saying. Yo, this thing right here, family, yo, man. Look, I ain't knocking Mia Motley and the admin, right? Because it don't matter who going to run Barbados in the next election. Let me tell you what's going to happen, family. There are things happening regionally that it don't matter who in charge and what good ideas they have. If they ain't up on what's going on in the region, especially with regards to food security and the security of the food, I don't care what plans they have. Go look at Haiti. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Greetings, man. Shout out to Black Lion Security in the building for sure, man. Family, this is a serious thing here, though. Like on the real. Somebody tell me the Auditor General report is out. They got more fraud, more corruption. They say, what's new? In fact, that's been that way for the last decade. And I called him myself. Yeah, I ain't going to talk at this point. I called him myself. We talked. We did talk. I told him, come on the program. Let's have a conversation. He ain't coming. Why? Because he can't say nothing. He has no clout. All he could do is just put some information to make it look bad. Well, make it look good, because if he was to really put what he really discovered, shucks. So, you know what? I'm going to have to conclude that the Auditor General is part and parcel of the problem. Part and parcel. because there's no way. In fact, if you run in a department, this is a sidebar. If you run in a department that is responsible for ensuring that all is well, checks and balance, checks being pun intended, and balance is accordingly so, and you fail after you recognize that there ain't no checks and balance and no balance in the check, and you don't agitate that consistently, repeatedly, nonstop, to the point where you got to go public and get on a program and talk about it. Well, if you don't want to come, go call Marcia Weeks. Call Ketwell. I can't call him. Call Marcia. Call Lumumba. Call Bonga Lights. Shit. Call Fred Corbin. Call somebody. But to sit back and play possum, right? Well, you know, I did say something in Parliament. I did say something else you want me to do. But if you can't do any more, resign, man. Unless somebody else who could do something step up. I find that Venezuela, the man said we sparing no effort to protect our sovereignty and our territory. Look, all I'm going to say is I hope the fact that Venezuela made that step in the first place and sent, in fact, the man said he sent a letter up to last night. Wait a minute, let me get the date on this thing. This press conference was when? When was this thing happening? This was when? Let me go back here a bit.
It may have with Guyana, including adjudication before the International Court
When
of
was this?
Justice.
2 days
Allowing
ago.
the court to decide would ensure a resolution that is peaceful, equitable, and in accordance with international law.
2 days ago.
Guyana will spare no effort in defending its sovereign and territorial integrity.
Well, family, all I'm going to say right at this point is that this don't sound good, man. It don't sound good. I don't know how far this is going to go. Apparently, there's a case in the court as we speak, and he spoke to it. But Venezuela don't look like they're checking for the court, because he said up to 3 days ago, he got a document outlining, yo, man, you know, sit down, boy. We ain't trying to hear that. So I want my brothers and sisters in Guyana to pay attention to this thing here, man. For sure. Venezuela population. We have a record here of 28 million. Guyana population, 800 and something, kind of, sort of. Well, hold on a minute. So when you say, right, that you go to war, what exactly you mean exactly? Because when last I checked, if it's a matter of population, 28 million versus a little under a million, my man, I don't know how much that 800,000 people in Guyana is military. If you compare military power, you're going to need help. So maybe America is backing you, or maybe America is backing Venezuela. I mean, that's what they always do. Let both of you fight, then come and rescue and do the cleanup afterwards and collect the oil. Remember the Middle East. Remember Kuwait. Remember Kuwait. Remember Kuwait and Iran. In fact, no, let me go a little further. Remember Iraq and Kuwait. Let me go it that way. Let me do it like that instead. Man, we ain't paying attention. The share button on my page doesn't appear to be working. Well, that's for the record. For those now joining us, Politically Incorrect is one of those black sites. You know, I'm surprised you even could see this program, because it's black, is what they call shadow ban. You ain't supposed to see this, you know. So if you are here, count your lucky stars. If your share button is not working for you to share it, there's a reason for that. So, you know, don't worry about it. Copy the link on the top in the browser and put that in somebody else's page. Put it in your chat, put it whatever. You got to copy the browser link, because otherwise you may not even see this. And after this message, this might self-destruct when I go off. It's that crazy. I kid you not. I can show you right now evidence of that, but at any point, don't worry about it. Who will see it, supposed to see it, will see it. Somebody said, read the diary of an economic hitman is a fact. The problem is not system and structure of governance. I won't be too harsh on the Auditor General, because if he does, they will move to change up the whole thing to be less accountable. We ain't going front. That sounds politically correct, but the reality is, I'm not even going to be blaming him, but I will put some fire on him for the fact that I would like to think that a man in his position, after so many years of seeing this over and over and over, recognizing the decline in the society from an economic fallout because of mismanagement and God knows misappropriation, I like to think that he too would say, you know what, enough is enough, and step out there, man, because he's in a position to say a lot more. So because he's in a position to say a lot more, unless they got a file on him, he should say a lot more. If not for himself to put the work in, for others like yourself and myself and Marcy and Lumumba and RPM and Bonga Lights and the others who out there putting in work, let them put that work in. Give them the tools they need. Give them the documents, the verification they need to see what's really going on, and break it down so the average man in Barbados can fully grasp the fact that, hey, look, man, is madness. Meanwhile, people ain't getting paid. People getting paid months later. I got teachers right now who ain't been paid in months with all kind of lame brain excuses. But all the people some money and see what happened. Yeah, but this is an interesting, Hitman by John Perkins. For sure. Good read. The phrase, you and what army should, he should hashtag that, man. He should hashtag that for sure. You and what army? Come on, man. Somebody back at him, because, like I said, I don't know if he wrote that speech or it was given to him. The comments not working properly either. Yeah, there you go. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. Somebody said Guyana got shucks. Guyana is even less. And like I said, around 800,000 Guyanese to the 28 million Venezuelan individuals. Yes. Yeah, Kevin, I'm getting on, family. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you this week, too. Right there, that is so crazy, man. International, you are run by the law. Yeah. Yep. The man is begging. Look, in one breath, he's begging Venezuela to honor its agreement. Yo, y'all remember where he started? He started by siding with the Palestinians. See, that's where he went wrong, although he went right. You can't side with the freedom fighters, those who are under occupation and being oppressed. You can't side with them and then call for peace by the oppressor that took their land, killed and murdered people for 3 days, man, before the peacekeepers came in and they took the land and called it theirs, which was the plan, by the way. And then on your side, you're looking at Venezuela like, yo, man, I ain't going to spare nothing. We going to war. You ain't taking my land. You ain't taking my land. You willing to fight, put your people on the battlefield, if necessary, according to you, to fight for what you believe is rightfully yours. Although even that is a bit questionable, because I remember when the day of arrival, and I said it, the day of arrival, you might be one of them that arrived, that was tricked from India and brought over here, but that's not a conversation. But nevertheless, you still feel the land is yours. But my indigenous family, the Black Caribs, the Kalinago, we ain't got no right. Anyhow, we ain't going on that road now. The point I want to make is, you willing to fight, though. Family, you can't make this stuff up, though. But let me just go forward from there real quick. Because he's right about one other thing. And that's the last thing he said. I'll play that part before we slide on to the next one.
I express appreciation to every member of the international community that has continued to support Guyana's effort to preserve its sovereignty and territorial integrity.
In other words, I'm asking the UN to back me on this, because Venezuela is a lot bigger, I hope y'all got my back.
Mr. President, as Guyana takes its place next January as a member of the Security Council, those principles of international law and justice, so prominent in the charter of this organization, shall be our guide. And so, I express heartfelt gratitude to the overwhelming support of member states to our candidature to the United Nations Security Council for the 2024-2025 term.
Security Council. This brother asking for help and backative. But guess what? Let's see if it comes, or if it comes too late. I don't know, family. The Caribbean looked like, we was always a peaceful place. The Caribbean, everything was always peaceful. The wars were happening all over the place. We had a few scrimmages over the years, Grenada and, Trinidad and a couple of, but This right here, over that black gold, is a different conversation. Is a different conversation. Different conversation. I man, look, man. Yo, Kevin, you hit the nail on the head here, the proverbial nail. The only way to destabilize this region is to plague parts of it into war. Plunge parts of it into war. And you're right. And where else to start but where? Guyana. They put the bread basket of the Caribbean and the country that got newly discovered oil and a lot of investors, a lot of things happening in Guyana right now, fast. Go look it up. There's a documentary on Guyana right now. I don't even remember the link to put it up. If I could, I would put it in the chat a little later. But family, yo, this right here is something to pay attention to. Wars or rumors of wars. All I'm saying is be aware. I ain't telling you to be panicked, be frightened. All I'm saying is be aware. Be aware. These cats just play these games for strategy. You know, so we make sure we got to secure ourselves. That's why I tell people, focus on being proactive. Because right now, nothing is what it appears to be. Nothing. Focus on being proactive, family. Be proactive. That's all I'm going to tell you. Be proactive, man. Yep, war makes more money for the elite players. Once you understand, because once they run up in Guyana and do all the damage, because Guyana is not invaded Venezuela. They just go and get at that border and just fire a couple of shots back and forth. Venezuela get vexed and decide to launch something because who knows what they're really sitting on. Because don't forget, you know, they got a bone. They got a bone in contention to pick. I don't know, family. But coming home to Barbados. In other news, we did international, we did regional, now we come in local. Now, we talked about this before, family. We had a conversation about this. We talked about this almost 2 years ago. Before it was even put in motion, we had this conversation on Politically Incorrect. And what happened at that point? Well, some of y'all listened, some of y'all didn't listen. Well, let me just put it this way. Let me put it this way. Trident ID. Remember that Trident ID? We kept hearing this thing come up all the time. Trident ID, Trident ID, Trident ID, Trident ID. Remember we keep hearing this thing? Trident ID, Trident ID, Trident ID. It keeps coming up. It refused to go away. But what's the latest with the Trident ID, family? What's the latest with it? Somebody please tell me. What is the latest with the Trident ID, family? Now, at first they said, well, you know, it won't have all the information on it. Only certain things will have. And eventually you could probably catch the bus by scanning it if you top it up with some funds. But we asked you to pin it. They didn't really tell us why we were pinning it. We assumed it was being pinned because of the money for the bus. At least that's what some folks thought. Now we're being told by Miss Taylor, and I don't think this photograph does much justice to her. These photographers killed me, the Chief Electoral Officer. We're now being told that the Trident ID will provide proof of address. Now, wait a minute. Barbados will soon be able to use their pinned Trident ID card as proof of address when doing transactions. Chief Electoral Officer of the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, EBC, Angela Taylor, explained this was one of the reasons why persons were being encouraged to pin the new Trident ID card. Speaking during a media briefing today, Ms. Taylor said while the ID card was presently used as a proof of identity, efforts, listen to this carefully, you cannot make this up. Hold on. You cannot make this up. Efforts were underway for it to be also used as a proof of address. Look, family, I can tell one of this. I tired. Look, I tired, family. In truth, in fact, I tired. I ain't gonna front. I tired. I tired. I'm not tired like I'm exhausted. I'm tired because I realize that my elders always told me, Manu, you can't save everybody. You can't save, some people that's got to go. Bob said it too. I've heard people come on live and cuss out Bajans and call them out their name and everything. I even sent a little message to a brother of mine that I had told it's a cease and desist with that. Like, I never call names though, but because of the kind of language I spoke, I guess somebody said to call a particular body and tell them like, yo, Emmanuel talking about you. Then I get cussed out on another chat. All kind of shit was said, and it's like, you know what? And they still cuss out the people and still cuss them out. You know what? I gonna say this, man. I tired of the family. That's just the reality. When you see the people going astray, and you warn them, and they still go astray, and you warn them, and they still go astray. It's easy to ridicule. It's easy to ridicule and cuss them and call them names. That's easy. One of this, one of that, one of this, one of that, because you happen to know something that clearly they don't know. But you can't really fault a man for doing something that he don't know, and might not even have the capacity to comprehend it because born in a system that was designed to manipulate his way of thinking. And only by the grace of the Almighty that you have been chosen to be aware. I told you have been aware. Then the duty is not to ridicule the man, but to warn your brother. And warning your brother, if you try and one thing one way and that don't work, you try sign ups and that don't work, and you doing it, but you're gonna have to keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. Noah preached for 120 years. I'm just using this story just to show an example. But nobody else didn't get from the ark, but he and the family, the some folks that was working on it, nobody else didn't come. So when I say I'm tired saying the same thing. Like I already told you all, like this is a clear trap, man. I'm tired telling you it's a trap. So I ain't gonna tell you the trap no more. This is what I'm gonna tell you. So we're going to change the game. I'm going to say to you that this Trident ID card, this Trident ID, notice the name of it first of all, the Trident ID. I bet you if you start doing a real in-depth search on the stock market, on Google or on some dark web, I start searching with paperwork, I bet you find the Trident ID is a company. It's actually a company. And I bet you find out that all those who are now holding this particular Trident chipped ID has in essence voluntarily signed themselves over to be considered stock for this particular company on the stock market. Remember the original stock market? So this is what you're going to do. Since y'all believe in it so much, I challenge anyone to prove me wrong. Who is the owner or who are the owners of the Trident ID company? I'm sure that may not be its official name, but it might be too. I don't know. But please, somebody, I challenge, a new challenge, prove me wrong that this isn't a company and you have just signed over your life. You're literally signing over your life, your soul rather. You're signing over your soul. Anyhow, I just felt that y'all needed to know that because I know we could look, it don't matter which government sit in that seat, BLP or DLP, they all got to do the same. They ain't got no choice. Unless they are looking to push sovereign state, like my brethren in Guyana, from the perspective of those who are not in the system. Trident ID versus National ID. Rastafari. I give thanks, brethren. Wayne, I salute you, my brother. Somebody paying attention. Somebody said probably Black Rock and Vanguard. I think we give Black Rock and Vanguard too much props, man. Yeah, I overstand the Black Rock and Vanguard scenario. Let me tell you something, man. Black Rock, right? And Vanguard, and the Black Rock. The Black Rock is called the Kaaba. The Black Rock is called the Kaaba. The Kaaba. That's the real. That's the original Black Rock, or the Black Cube. But that's a conversation for another night. That we going tonight. Do the homework. Somebody said the BLP, DLP, ZLP, PLP, shucks, PPP. Yeah, he said it. All of them is the same, man. Because none of them is advocating for the restoration of that which was taken from the indigenous folks of this land. They speak of us as if we is something in the past, you know, back to Africa. Yeah, we all came from Africa, but we all came on your ship. That's why there are plantations in Barbados that were owned by the black families, black nobilities. Yeah. That's why don't nobody want to talk about reparations, because it starts at home. Looking at England and Draxall. Draxall what? Draxall left England and came to the Caribbean. But he made a deal with those who was already in the Caribbean. Who he made a deal with? When they signed these treaties and documents that go way back. The archives have the documents. Don't listen to me. Go look it up. 15 something and this and that. When they first came here, don't even start me on that, man. We know the bearded ones, man. We know who the bearded ones really are. We know who you are. The Moors. Let me talk facts. The Moors. The Moores. The Moors. Anyhow, let me go a little deeper, man. Because here's a reality, family. What they're going to tell you next is that efforts were underway for it to be also used as a proof of address. She explained that there was information on each registered printed on the card, each registrant printed on the card, and additionally data contained in the chip of the ID card that was pin protected. Now wait a minute. Pin protected. Ain't your bank card pin protected? Yes. When you go to the machine and you get gas and you ain't want to put it in the pin, you could just tap it, right? I didn't get that. Your address, it contains also your address, contact information, voting status, and other information are on the chip. In order for persons to see the address, you would have to give access and permission via your PIN. Family, man, look, I'm not even going to go any further than this right here. Like I've said it already. I'm telling you, this Trident ID is a private company. This has nothing to do with the national and nationality of Barbadians. It's literally yours. What has happened? Let me tell you what really happened. Remember the whole Republican thing? Y'all remember that? Go watch that video that I have up. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see the ancestors guiding me tonight. Let me go pull this up, man. Let me go pull this up. Let me see if I'm like the sunflower and I'm being guided. Let me really see if I'm being guided. Like this is family. Like I told you all already. Like I can tell y'all, man. I told you all already. There's a video we did a few years back, maybe a year or two ago. I'm not even sure if it's that long. That spoke to the night of the celebration of the Republic status. Do y'all remember that night? There's a famous image I have consistently brought to your attention and asked questions, and no one could tell me. No one said a word. Let me see if I can find this video. Because I realized that something had happened. In fact, the image is, let me pull it up. I go and pull it up. I go pull it up. I go pull this up. Barbados, as you know it, have changed hands. That's why when they said they got rid of the queen, they brought her son down and gave him the key to the city. They didn't give the key to somebody locally. They didn't even give it to Rihanna, so we could stand under her umbrella. Illa. Nah, what they did instead was they did something different. They did something very different. In fact, let me show you what they did, family. Let me pull this up. Yes. Let me get this done. Let me see if I can share this real quick with you. Remember we talked about it? I love you all remember that, man. Do y'all remember that? I wonder who knows what video I'm talking about. How do I get this video from this screen to this screen? This is on Chrome. Let me figure this out. Mind over matter, man versus machine. How do I transport this here now while I'm doing a live? I gonna figure it out. Don't worry. Barbados isn't what you think it is anymore, man. You know, it's under new management. And they went and formed a new corporation because the old corporation basically had got dissolved. Hence, the queen was being removed. It was dissolved. So they had to start a new something, which was the Republic. But the Republic of Barbados isn't the country, the independent state of Barbados. No, siree. It's something different. So they had to go and do that. Re-register the place under new management. And in so doing, needed some new collateral. And guess who the collateral is, family? The people. The people of Barbados is the collateral. Yep. I'm gonna transfer this one way or the other. If not, I'll figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll type this in. I'll figure this out. Let me see if I could transfer this to Chrome, because then I could do this. Technology. How should I do this? How should I do it? How should I do this? How should I do this? How should I do this? Let me see. One more. Is this it? Can I do it like this? Yes. Yes. Okay. Got it now. Okay. Let's see if I can do this magic now. So I learning, man. One thing about technology here. One thing about technology, man. One thing about technology. I'm gonna give you two of them. I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna give you another one. You need to go watch this, family, and understand what is happening in this country. Because if you don't get it, you won't get it. You get it? If you don't get it, you won't get it. This right here, man. This right here. this right here. All right. So here's where we're going with this right here now. Let me see how I could pull this off. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can share this screen. Let me see if I can share this screen. Somebody told me that when I be stalling, they be like on the edge of their seat trying to figure out, let me see what you're gonna do. Let me see what you're gonna do. Is that true? Is that true? If it is true, this is worth it, family. Trust when I tell you. Let me just get this image up here. Let me do it on YouTube now. Transfer this here. Open up this here. Let me go right here to this point. There you go. There you go. Okay, share this one instead. All right, here we go, family. We cooking with gas now. Cooking with gas. Technology. There we go. There we go. Let me make it larger. Hang on. Let me make it larger. Let me make it larger. Yes. Do y'all remember this? Some of y'all might remember this video. Wait, hold on. Let me give you all the link. Let me just grab the link as well. Let me just go ahead and copy the link one time. Put that in the chat real quick. Oh, with the blue platform and the golden frills. Somebody paying attention, man. Trust me more to pay attention. Yeah, one of the good ones, because all wasn't good. But we do have some good ones, man. I tell people all the time, there's good people everywhere and there's other people everywhere. You got to know who's who. But do y'all remember this? Go watch this. I just put the link up. This is one of them. I'm going to look for the other one. I'll probably put it afterwards so I don't utilize too much of the time. But family, let me tell y'all something. This country is not what you think it is, man. It is not. And you can see that. You can see it. And you can feel it. Something just ain't right. So what I want to say is that I need you to recognize that what we call Barbados, what we know as Barbados, what we know as people who are nationals of Barbados, right now this is a different conversation. This Trident ID, family, I'm telling you, the minute you submit to that, you have no idea what's coming. And at this stage, it is probably a bit as innocent as possible at this stage. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not saying if you went and got it, that they got you hook, line, and sinker. Not quite. Because don't forget, they got to now reel you in. Not like fully catch. You might be on the hook right now, but you can still wiggle off. They got to reel you in. So first is the bus fare. To get on the buses, no problem. Then you'll get the idea about the address, no problem. Then they have this other thing, no problem. Then this other thing, it's going to keep going and going and going and going till you're rolled and roped all the way in hook, line, and sinker. Then you'll know. But don't forget, this night in question, there was something else that came up. And although it came up, I made mention of it on more than one occasion. I mean, I've said it countless times on this same platform. I've said it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I can't begin to express the amount of times I myself would have said it. I asked the question, did anyone notice the fact that during the Republic service, Barbados had her flag on the ground? And everybody in the world knows that a flag is not supposed to touch the ground. Not only did the flag touch the ground, it was deliberately placed on the ground. So my question was simple. Under what circumstances is it allowed to touch the ground? Under what circumstances is a flag of a nation, a standing nation, allowed to touch the ground? Can somebody tell me what is the law? What's the written rule on that? What are the conditions or circumstances that allows a flag of a nation to touch the floor? Can somebody tell me? Go watch this channel right here, family. I put the link up right there for those on YouTube. I put that up right there for those on Facebook. The link should be there as well if you're able to see that. Make sure you copy that. Go watch this particular one down. What or who exactly is Barbados? There's a question. What or who exactly is Barbados? Because this flag you see right here that this man is holding, this very flag you see that this man is holding while kneeling on a blue cushion with a gold fringe, by the way, not on the land. He's not kneeling down on the land. He's kneeling on a blue poof, so to speak, with a gold fringe, while they stand on a platform with blue carpet trimmed in gold. And this lady, who is now the president, while the guys behind her wearing the white, that's the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard, the men at sea, while the men on the land in the green is the Defense Army. Overstand, this is a hostile takeover. That's why when they wanted to, they did what? What was the next thing they did, family? After they did all that, what was the next thing they did? Who's paying attention? This is what they did, family. Let me show you what they did. This is what they did right here. Let me get rid of that one. There you go. Download. Nah, we ain't into all that. Yeah, good to go. What they did, family? They put the flag on the floor, on the ground, deliberately placed the flag on the ground. What's that about? What's that about, family? Tell me, what's that about? They put it on the ground. What was that about? What was that about? What's that about, man? Like, she urged residents who have not made the switch to the Trident ID to do so and pin their new card, noting that the National Insurance Scheme could be the next state agency to utilize the pin and chip technology. There are some people who want to pin there and some people who do not want to pin. So we give people the option, but we also give them the range of services. In other words, you know, you either in or you out. You either in or you out. In or you out. Family, this thing, like I said, man, this thing ain't a joke, man. Like, you know, this is not a joke. 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 Not a joke. Man, they put this flag on it. Look, family, look. This thing touched me here. This thing touched me, man. It touched me. It touched me. I would admit that. I would admit that. When I saw the Barbados flag touching the ground like this, I knew then, family, that as a nation, as a people, we had some tough times ahead. And they basically went ahead and confirmed it. They went ahead and confirmed it. That's basically what they would have done. They went ahead and confirmed it. They cannot answer that question. If they give you the answer to that question, I'm telling you, it's game over. It's game over. So although we out here marching, and I gotta say this too, by the way, I want to support and give a shout out to everybody who come out and do the marches and bring awareness to a lot of stuff that's going on. A lot of questions are being asked. And yes, the government is starting to take notice of it because no government like that kind of attention. But they're doing it in such a way where they're actually listening and they're making efforts to seemingly give in. Well, yes, we're going to look to get some of the money back. Yes, we're going to make some plans. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Yes, in fact, you guys are right. We're going to. So, in essence, man, they're trying to put us, they're doing damage control on those marches. They're trying to make it seem like the marches are so effective that they're getting the government to actually submit to what their demands are. But I bet you answer certain things. I could put a list. In fact, I could put a list of 5 things, right? Two, better yet. I wouldn't even do that. Nah. Organized chaos, family. This thing looking real strange, man. Real strange. Real strange. That's all I'm saying. Something ain't right. They're trying to put a spin on the marches by making it look like, yeah, we the BLP doing the right thing now, because after all, you folks came in March and we weren't aware of it. But thank you for making us aware. So we're going to go and fix these issues that you point out. That's going to make them look like they good, man. Like, wait a minute. Like, BLP, like, is the real party for real? Me and Motley, like, me and really doing this thing here. Pay attention, family, is all I'm saying, man. And quote me on that. Quote me on that. Quote me on that. Go make your phone calls now. I said it. Said what I said. Anyhow, family, what time is it, man? Is that well, I've been here a minute. I'm out of here, man. I said enough already. It is not what you think it is. Go watch that video I put up. Go watch that. Like I said, when they did this, family, and they put that flag like that, that has a meaning. And if you do not know what that means, it don't make no sense voting for anything going forward or agreeing to anything going forward unless you are aware as to why they had a parade, invite Charles here, gave him the keys, and then put the flag on the ground while they stand up on a blue platform with sailors representing Admiralty law, representing maritime law, and not the law of the land. We know what the Gold Friend stands for, family. This isn't your regular talk program. In fact, this is not even a talk show. It's a program. We ain't talking here, family. This is school. This is class in session. This is university level, man. Y'all go do your homework and learn this thing. Nobody trick y'all here. Nobody trick y'all. Like the elder told me earlier, soon we'll find out who is the real revolutionary. She said, although I know everything said on this program is true, I am speechless and very hurt. I'm glad, man. That's a good place to be, speechless and hurt. Now do something, because I'm telling you, these folks pull the wool over the eyes of the entire nation. And up to now, you ain't hear these. I hear a lot of, look, man, let me go a little further in this thing, man. I heard a voice note earlier about tsunamis and earthquakes in Barbados and tactical planes and stuff, right? Now, I don't know. I don't know. If there are other people doing research to have that information, I'm happy that they're sharing it, family. Pay attention. But I'm going to tell you this, like I always go. I have never came on here and said something I've not shown you or verified. Go do your homework, man. Go do some research. Stop TikToking. Stop scrolling. Stop wasting time. Go do some work and realize, wait a minute. In the way he said it's true for real. Is that really for real? Let me go look this up. What that really mean? What are the circumstances you can put a flag on the ground? If you do, what does it mean? It's like having a flag upside down. It has a meaning. When you fly a flag upside down, it has a meaning. None of this stuff is for show. It's not a parade party. This is language. It's a language. It's international language. It tells people what is what. But my people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. We lack the knowledge. And why we lack knowledge? Because we don't know where we stand on the ledge. We don't know where we stand on this ledge. We don't have a clue. We're not on our right standing. We don't even know what that is. We talk about it. We talk about sovereignty. Some of us even went as far as getting documents and all kind of stuff. But consciousness in your heart is where sovereignty lies. God gave you a divine gift called life. Life is sovereign. Can't nobody take it from you unless they do it by force. By force. So you're to defend your life if you have to by force. Don't let nobody take it. Don't give it down for free. Defend it. Don't nobody trick you into giving over your life force in the form of an ID and trick you. Country in distress when flag is flown upside down. That's a fact. Go look it up. Countries in distress. Okay, so what does it mean when the flag on the ground? Oh, sorry, wait a minute. What does it mean when a flag with a gold fringe is on the ground? Look, because when last I checked, the Barbados or the flag that represents Barbados don't have no fringes on it. They don't have no fringes. They don't have no fringes. Anyhow, Admiralty Law family, go look that up. Go look that up. While we marching and protesting, be sure to do your homework while you walking. While you walking, while you got these union reps supporting these walks and stuff, and I'm all for it to some degree. And I say some degree because I mean some degree. And in some parts, I have, my other ideas, but they're just mine. Like anybody else have their own ideas. That pause is for dramatic effect. Yeah. Do your homework, family. I can't tell you, do your homework, man. Just go do your homework. Do your homework. Do your homework. Because somebody said that, they're looking to recolonize Barbados. I laugh because recolonize it. When did we stop being a colony? You for real? Man, you been sleeping here. We ain't never changed. This was always a colony. Oh, Barbados and British centuries of influence over the island. Official change of power. A final salute was made to the British monarchy, and the Royal Standard flag was lowered and replaced. Yes, the Royal Standard flag was lowered and replaced. So let me see if we get this straight. This flag right here is the Royal Standard flag. Well, that's strange. If this is accurate, and let me just play God's advocate here. I love this. If this is accurate and the monarchy, the Royal Standard flag was lowered and replaced, lowering the flag is one thing. Putting it on the ground is saying, well, I guess this is lowered. Let me just play God's advocate. So they lowered it and put it on the ground and replaced it. What they replaced it with is the question. Because this is the Barbados regiment that's on this flag, the E2R, the crown. I mean, I guess Elizabeth II. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. So the legislation around the flag. Okay. Let's stop being. She said, "Oh, it stopped being at the people's offering door." Get back in the ID card. Kevin said, "Get back the ID card. You don't want it. Well, that's the way. Or you can always cut it up. Like how you got a credit card that no longer valid. You cut it up." I guess, Wayne, let me know what you mean by that. I guess there's legislation around the flag. Here's the reality, family. Barbados, as you know it, is not what you think it is, huh? This is all business. All business. All business. And if you're in on that level, man, realize that this is how they plan to take the people of this nation into a whole new form of servitude. Let me use that word instead. Servitude. And there's some folks who are okay with that, and that's fine. And those who are not okay with it, know what time it is. And that's all that needs to be said at this point, man. There is a changing of the guard, man. But let the change of the guard be you and your consciousness. Be aware of who you are and where you're going with this thing, because clearly, something else going on here, family. And all this talk about rumors of war in Caribbean, Guyana, Venezuela, keep an eye on that, family. Because even if they don't go that way, the mere fact that they're trying to strategically position themselves might be just a decoy to bring vessels in this neck of the woods. Nothing is what it appears to be here. So by bringing vessels in this neck of the woods and doing all the kind of other operations they got planned, like according to the brother, with the tactical divisions and the planes and different things, well, guess what? At the end of it, when all that is said and done, we still got to be prepared to govern ourselves accordingly. So Wayne said, can't change the guard with the same system and structure that governs this place. Well, no, what they did was, don't forget, they erased the old name and wrote in a new one while they work on a new plan, which you haven't heard nothing about in a little while. Anyhow, family, all I'm going to say, right, family, man, is pay attention here. Make sure you get yourself in order. See the blackout they had a few days ago? Well, Kevin on the ball tonight. Food and water first. Listen, family, remember the outage they had the other day? A lot of people say the more to come, more to come, more to come. Well, I don't know if more coming or more not coming. What I do know is that let us not be held hostage in our own country. Make sure you find a group who practicing sovereign things, organizing themselves accordingly, be a part of something, whether it's your church, parent, PTA, Rotary, whatever it is, because there's good amongst all things. And there's others, as always, wheat and tear always grow together. The yin and the yang, that's just how it go. But make sure that good do what is necessary to ensure that good do what they have to do when they have to do it. That's all I'm saying. Having said that, family, I think on, I ain't even going to say it. I'm just going to post it. Look for a video coming out soon. Anybody doing videos, I got one coming. Security. Yes, tell them it's a test. Wait till the 4th of October. Oh, man. Oh, don't do it. Don't prophesy them dates out here. They said there were 2 outages this week. One localized and the other island-wide. Faulty equipment, it's kind of old. While they change their laws, while they focus on Barbados, we are focusing on us. Focus, analyze, let's develop a plan, family, and let's execute it. Love y'all here. We gotta roll out of here, man. Let me go. It's been here a minute. I didn't really plan. I don't look, family, you notice I don't be. It's time to work, family. More work and less to be said. That's where we at, man. That's where we at. I want to drop my sister. Let me drop my sister video, man. I am loyal to this thing right here. At this point, I am loyal to this thing right here. Wait a minute. Let me just switch up real quick. I gotta switch again. Screen share. Get back on my regular program here. They have me just scrambling here, trying to link browsers, and because one works on one, you can't join the other. Is crazy. This is how they got it set up. Anyhow, family, like I said, know what time it is. So having said that, I got to show that the sister in on this one right here. Y'all already know what time it is, man. I ain't gonna tell y'all. Man. This is the anthem for right now, family. I'm listening to nothing else but this right here. Tell them, Intra.
The race they call the swift, it is for those who will endure till the end.
Those who endure, family.
Till the end.
Endurance.
Some try lead you astray. Seek wisdom from today, my
Teach
friend.
them more. Teach them more. Teach them more.
Friend. They crying food
More creations,
and
family.
things are getting dread.
Check it out on IG.
Yeah,
I hope you got an IG page. Yeah?
Don't
Put it on
let it
YouTube
get
now.
in your head, man. Don't only live by
More
bread,
creations,
but by
family.
the word.
Link up,
That's
link
what
up.
he said. Put on your armor, trot on, trot along.
Trot along, family.
Become a farmer, plant up all the land.
Tell them,
Don't
Beverly.
let time go to waste. Every day make a
Tell them,
way.
Beverly.
Grow food and garden.
Grow food. Wait, hold on, man. Pull out tune again for Beverly. Man. Pull out for Beverly. Just for Beverly, man. No one should have the power. Yeah, or
Bang, bang, billy, bang, bang, bang,
only
bang.
slaves are told what to do.
Bang, 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 bang.
We were never slaves. We put in the most high, man. We're all right.
The race they call the swift, it is for those who will endure till the end.
Different bloodline, family.
Till the end. Some try lead you astray. Seek wisdom from today, my friend.
Wisdom from today, man.
My friend, they crying food shortage and things are getting dread in the rain.
One disturb Guyana, right?
Yeah,
I know my Guyanese.
don't let it get in your head.
The
Man,
whole of
don't
Guyana.
only live by bread, but by
All the
the
black
word.
Caribs.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
he said it.
Put on your armor, trot on, trot along.
Brought along.
Become a farmer, plant up all the land. Don't let time go to waste. Every day make a way. Grow food and garden.
Grow food, man.
Plant cassava, green banana,
bananas, man.
mango, pawpaw, and sweet potato.
Look at that sweet potatoes, man.
Turmeric, herbs, ginger, moringa.
Don't forget the medicine.
Breadfruit, shadow, baby, arrowroot, veggie provisions, and all kind of fruit. May the work of your hands flourish and come out. May the work of your hands be
May the
blessed
work
and
of your hands.
prosper.
Hold on, let me pause this on the melody song, man. Let me pause this real quick. Hold on, family. Want to tell me when I can look at this thing right here and can't see when it's up in this thing here? Listen, family, do not depend on no one. I can tell one of this right now. I almost afraid to say it, right? Because not that I can't say it. Steve, shout out to my brother Steve, by the way. My whole family in UK. Shout out to the whole UK family. I hope when I call and tell Steve I showed you out now, you know, because when somebody had to sit with a call and tell you, I showed you out now here. Shout out to my brother Steve, though. Let me tell you what it's saying, right? Words are powerful, man. So Steve ain't like I ain't want to say it, but I know if I say it, right? I know for a fact if I say it, it's gonna happen. I know that for a fact. So I ain't want to say it yet. But I can tell when it's saying, right, family? Every chance you get, right? Just pinch off a little piece. Pick sense from nonsense. What it sound we say, family?
And as the plants they grow, we grow in same way. New mercies, fresh every day, with time, sun, and rain, and energy. The plants they will thrive, and we shall reap the bounty. Don't be a slave to the system.
Don't be a slave.
Renew your mind daily.
This system, renew your mind daily. I love this.
Plant cassava,
Love this energy,
green
man.
banana, mango, pawpaw, and sweet potato, sauerkraut, turmeric, herb, ginger, moringa,
Tell a friend, family.
breadfruit, shadow, baby, arrowroot, veggie provisions, and all kind of fruit. May the work of your hands
Shout out to all the farmers,
flourish and
man.
go far.
Locally
May
and
the
abroad. Shout out
work
to
of your
Dominica and
hands
the whole
be
Anthony,
blessed and
Grenada, Vincent, Lucia, Antigua, Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba.
We want coconut water, beautiful sunflowers, hibiscus tea and some thirsty and leaves. Planted tomato, berries many colors, watermelon, sweet pepper, cherry and guava. The guava,
That's just me.
the guava.
Let me a message.
Plant cassava, green banana, mango, pawpaw, and sweet potato.
Plant up the ground, raise the animals and protect
breadfruit, chocolate, arrowroot, veggie provisions, and all kind of fruit. May the work of your hands flourish and go far.
Yes, farmers, plant up and protect your crop.
Be blessed
Protect your crop.
prosper.
I'm going to tell you how to protect your crop.
May the work of your hands be blessed and prosper.
May the work of your hands be blessed and prosper, man. I too like. Let me go back there real quick. I too love to see this line here. Look, I can watch. Look, I can look at this the whole day. As a farmer myself, and I must admit I'm a farmer myself. I see myself as a farmer. I identify as a farmer. I identify myself as a farmer. My pronoun is crop. My pronoun is plant. Oh man, mud. Let me stop, man. Greetings and salutations. Shout out to the sister that's coming in. I don't know if that was, yeah. They would never produce for us. Focus, analyze, develop, and execute. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Farmer is king. Facts. Put a crown on that. Put a crown on that, man. Farmer is king. They can't say not. It's a fact, man. Listen, family, I give thanks for the time y'all shared tonight. And I give thanks for the energy, the synergy in this reality. Yeah. That's what's up, man. Let's stay focused. Like the sister said, let's analyze what's up. Let's develop a plan and let's execute it. Wherever you are, start where you are. Start where you are. Start where you are. Right now, the moon is rising. So it's time to plant crops that's above ground. Once the full moon come and it going down, it's time to plant crops that grow underground. And also in the latter part of it, time to clean up the farm. That's when you do the clean up around the farm. So take time to do that. So remember, now that's in the new moon stage and the moon is rising, now is when you plant all your crops that are going to grow above, like the okra, the eggplant, the pepper, the tomato, any of those crops that bear fruit or bear vegetables above the ground, the bananas and these things. When it comes now to the full moon, and after the full moon, the dashin, the edo, the yam, the sweet potato. You know what I'm saying? That's when the ginger, the turmeric, the arrowroot, that's when you plant those. Oh, speaking of arrowroot, oh boy, I'm tempted. I'm so tempted. Not yet. Not yet. Let me just sit on that one for a minute. Give me a minute on that one, family. You got something coming your way soon and very soon. Yeah, soon and very soon. Let the ink dry first. I learn. Let the ink dry. You want to teach me a lot, man. Anyhow, family, give thanks again. And we going to connect going forward. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Like I said, remember, I wanted to plant. In fact, maybe tomorrow I'll do that. Spend the time with the youth, my offspring, planting some pepper seeds, some sweet peppers, and some flavor peppers. Yeah. Got some announcements coming up. I can't wait here. It's just, but I have to wait. See, somebody said Barbados grow arrowroot, dashin arrowroot. Where Barbados ain't got the soil. What do you mean? What do you mean? One Caribbean family, one Caribbean. Yes, there are actually people who grow dashin. Well, maybe not dashin. But there's some folks who do grow dashin. I actually know people who do grow dashin, not on a large scale. They also grow edos, but the Barbados edos look a little different. The arrowroot, perhaps the same thing. In fact, I think, yeah. There are folks I know who do grow. Not in any large amount, though, but they do grow. Volcanic soil. We got volcanic soil here, too. So the ashes has reached this far, just for the record. Just for the record. Anyhow, family, I give thanks for y'all, man, for making it happen, for being a part of this experience and for sharing. Guyanese and Guyana family, my Guyana family, y'all pay attention to what's going on in your backyard here. It just got real. That announcement was done. In fact, the fact that he did it at the UN General Assembly live says a lot. Says a lot. That says a lot, family. That's where that's their big stage for all their rhetoric. Our prime servant gave a speech to, quite interesting enough. I ain't touch on it. Maybe next one. I ain't touching on it. I could almost see the tears in her eyes. I could almost feel the pain in her voice. You know, she's realizing that this is not what she thought it was, man. And she learned the hard way, unfortunately. And I say that sincerely from my heart, man. You know, the first rule in dealing with the devil is don't. Y'all went there thinking that them people easy, right? Y'all in for a rude awakening, man. Your advisors, Miss Martley, let me tell you this here. For me, you personally, your advisors aren't advising you in the interest of you or the nation, eh? You need to get some new counsel, eh? Anyhow, that's the ancestors tell me to tell you so. You know, you like to call them called energies, right? Well, no, tell you so. Pick sense from nonsense. Yes, family. Having said that, pull it. We out of here, family. We out of here, man. Y'all are yourself, man. At least the last the first Empress, and then the one perfect balance. Yes, family. Teach them, man. Teach them, Indra. Talk to talk, man.
The race they got us with it is for those who will enjoy till the end.
Yes.
Till the
To the
end.
end, family.
Some try lead you astray. Seek wisdom from today, my friend. My friend, they crying, food shorting, and things are getting dread in the rain. Yeah, hey, hey. Don't let it get in your head. Man, don't only live by bread, but by the word. That's what he said.
Coming soon.
But on your armor,
Coming
try
soon,
not
man. Coming soon. Let it be incorrect.
become a farmer, plant up all the
Coming
land.
soon, man.
Don't let time go to waste. Every day make a
What a
way.
few colors too,
Grow
man.
food and garden.
What a few colors too, man.
Plant cassava, green banana.
Special edition, man. Special
Mango,
edition, man.
cocoa, and
Hold
sweet
on, wait.
potato. Sourdough,
Special edition, man.
ginger, moringa. Corn and breadfruit,
Yeah.
shadow, belly,
Tell a friend, man.
veggie provisions and all kind of fruits.
Tell a friend,
They
tell a
do
friend,
work
family.
of your hands.
Blessings to
Flourish
all.
and
Full
go
respect,
far. They
manners.
do work of your hands.
Beverly to the speak up. Yes, Beverly. Eddie Church coming soon, Beverly. I know you want about 5, Beverly. One for every day of the week.
And as the plants they grow, we grow in same
And
way.
just say, don't forget
New
mine.
mercies, fresh every day.
Got one
With
for the
time,
original
sun
Andrea.
and rain and energy, the plants they will thrive, and we shall reap
The
the
bounty. Love y'all, family.
bounty.
Good night.
Don't be a
Strong.
slave
Don't
to
forget.
the system.
Focus,
Renew
analyze,
your
develop,
mind daily.
execute.
Plant cassava, green banana, mango, cocoa, and sweet potato, sourdough, turmeric, herb, ginger, moringa, corn and
Big tune, this is the
breadfruit,
anthem, family. Straight up, man.
roots, veggie provisions and all kind of fruits. May the work of your hands flourish and go far. May the work of your hands be blessed and prosper.
Mystic, I see you.
We want coconut water,
Put the energy,
beautiful
put right here.
sunflower,
Pure energy.
I
Pure
discuss
energy.
tea
Pure
and some
energy.
thirsty, yes please.